Hey everybody, it's Carson here, and in this video, I'm going to be doing a speed build for a post office. Oh, by the way, I'm sorry about my voice right now. I am kinda sick. I am getting better, so it may not be that noticeable, but yeah. Anyways, without further ado, let's hop right into the video. I started off with placing the dimensions of Celia's house. I put the post office near the shops because I just thought it would make sense to be near more town/city related things. Since the front of my island is meant to be like a rural town, I thought this would be a perfect spot for it. After placing the dimensions, it was time to put the house there. Then it was time to work on the interior. The post office was actually kind of inspired by the post offices in the older Animal Crossing games, but not entirely. The reason why I had my own twist to this post office is because I wanted it to match the vibes of Celia's original home, and because not all of the items from the original post offices are available. I thought it would be okay anyways because the post office looks a little bit different in each game. By the way, the reason why I chose Celia to run the post office is because she kinda reminds me of Pelly, the pelican who ran the post office during day hours in the older games. I guess it's because she's a big bird with similar colors and has a sweet personality, just like Pelly does. It was also pretty easy because she's a normal villager and she has a lot of interests in books. I'd like to do villager homes based on their interests. A post office was pretty easy to make for her personality because of the books and stuff you can add. I just had to add an ABD machine because ABD machines were staples in the old post offices, meaning that they were a big part of them. Thank goodness for the 2.0 update for this item, even though that update literally came out over 3 years ago. Which is absolutely crazy. On the walls, I added glow-in-the-dark stickers customized to look like office supplies. By the way, if you didn't know, the background music is actually the post office music from New Leaf, the daytime post office music. I had a hard time figuring out what color variants I wanted to use for a lot of the furniture, because I couldn't decide whether I wanted the house to be dark or light. I wanted it to be dark because it would look more like the post offices in the older games, but I also wanted it to be light because that was closer to how Celia's house was. But then I decided that it would be okay if I just took some inspiration from the older games with my own twist, and for it to not be a direct copy. So I went with light mode. Phew, that was a mouthful. I added Celia and sat her down on one of the chairs, even though I knew that she wouldn't be able to get up on it after I was done decorating it. I guess it was still good for the vision though. By the way, the reason why I added 2 counter tables and a checkout counter instead of 3 counter tables is because I wanted a space to be walkable. On the wooden lockers at the back, I decided to add things that reminded me of post offices, such as a document stack, office materials, and books. I did customize the document stack later. I actually came back to edit the house a little bit. Not a whole lot though, just a couple details. I also decided to add a plant to go with Celia's vibes and a vine lamp to match her vibes and to lighten up the room. I added a stack of cardboard boxes and I was imagining them to be packages. On the left counter table, I decided to add a homework set and mom's pen stand. I thought it looked kind of like the things that were on the New Leaf desk. I also added an owl clock because in New Leaf there was a clock to the right as well. However, I changed the clock later because I thought the one I changed it to looked more like the one in New Leaf. I added a hanging sign customized to look like a post office sign. Such a cute code, by the way. I'll add all the codes I use for the speed build in the description, by the way. Just like I always do. Here I was adding some more wall items to make it look more full. is when I changed the owl clock to an old-fashioned alarm clock. I was kind of sad changing the owl clock though, because I think the owl clock is adorable, but you know, I mean, I can always change it later too, because considering that I wasn't completely copying the older versions, I can probably change that too, but I don't know. I really hope they'll add a post office again in the next game. I am thinking about eventually making a video about my hopes and predictions for the next Animal Crossing game, and that'll be on there. Then I thought I was done the interior, but I decided to come back later to add a couple more details. Then I customized the exterior. The exterior I chose does not look like the post offices from the older games at all, because I wanted it to match the vibes of the interior, and there aren't a whole lot of customization options. Anyways, I started the outside with placing down a patio. I'm going to be changing the patio color once it's springtime. Or, well, spring in the game. AKA when the snow has melted in the game. Honestly, maybe I'm gonna post this video after the snow melts. It should be melted in 2 days from now, as of the day I'm recording this voiceover. Don't mind the wooden path to the left, by the way. I'm planning to make a plant shop there at some point. On each side of our house, I added storefronts to make the building look a little bit larger. Don't mind me here, by the way. I was trying to make sure it was even. I was checking it with my camera and everything. Oh my gosh. I also placed down some items I thought would be good for a post office. Also a green leaf pile because I thought it could fill up space. Also, I just think it's a really cute item and suits Celia's vibes very well. I added round streetlights to the sides as well because I wanted to go with the town vibe. I added like this pillow with the nookazon package design to make it look like a nookazon package beside the house. Isn't it so cute? Here, I was just continuing the dirt road, and then I put a truck on it. It's meant to be like a delivery truck, like coming from the post office. Actually, I wanted to say, I might add like some post office items or like mailbox items with like package kind of things near villager homes. I really hope that makes sense. I try to make it make sense, but oh my gosh. I also added a sidewalk. It's a really cute code, but I'm not sure how I feel about it on my island. Then my alter egos and I placed down some mailboxes. Then I added some more details such as a green mum and wheat fields. I also placed down some fencing. I placed down a combination of log fencing and the hedge fencing. It was uneven at this point of the video though, but I ended up fixing it later. I then added a rolling cart, but I didn't like that it was blue because a lot of the build is green, so I got that customized later on. I then edited the interior just for 2 small details. I decided to customize the document stack and to add customized scattered papers. I customized them to look like letters. Oh wait, I also moved the cardboard boxes just a tiny bit. Then I was actually done the interior, and here's how it turned out. It was time to decorate the rest of the exterior. Well, or almost. I took a break. Then I came back 4 days later because I was busy for 2 of them and was very focused on a show for one of them. But anyways, this was my last day of decorating the exterior. I added some cardboard boxes behind the mailboxes to make it look like those are delivered packages. I then added another nookazon quote-unquote package on top of one of those cardboard boxes. I then placed the truck back down and then I thought I was done, but I came back 9 days later because I wanted to fix some things. Whoops. Anyways, the first thing I fixed was the patio. It was driving me crazy before because I thought the steps looked too wide. I then placed the green leaf pile beside the left leg to fill up the space beside it. I repositioned the scattered papers, but I didn't like them there, so I just put them back to where they were originally. I also fixed the fences and placed the green mum there. And I customized the rolling cart to be green, or, well, Cyrus did. Then I was actually done. Here's a preview of the exterior. So that's that. I still might fix some things later because I tend to do that. Okay, well, I'm gonna go now. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate you all so much, and goodbye!